I have been fishing in New Zealand for a very long time, but even I have started to notice the changes that have been brought to our world. It is obvious now that we have to take actions to be more considerate, and by teaching sustainability to the new generations of anglers, not only are we safeguarding the natural resources for the future generations to enjoy, but we're also teaching other people different paths to be sustainable.
My name is Peter, and it has taken me several years to learn fishing here in New Zealand. But I also found out that it's not just catching fish, but it's also what we leave behind. The changes I've been witnessing are so apparent, we can no longer ignore them anymore. And to ensure a better future of fishing here in New Zealand, it is time to go fishing more responsibly. Fishing is definitely one of the best pastimes for a lot of Kiwis here, and it's also a common way of life. But with more and more Kiwis fishing every year, this starts adding pressure on the fish population. This then leads to the question, what does it mean to fish responsibly and sustainably?
Hook and line, no nets or trawlers in close.
Catch and release fishing because the fish is still alive.
I think fishing in the shallows and releasing anything bigger than about 55 centimetres is a good reason.
Everyone has their own idea on what sustainable fishing looks like, but I decided to approach more experienced anglers to find out what they think.
So I've always been interested in fishing and the act of catching fish, and I find fish very interesting, and fishing was one way to get close to the fish. And over the years I learnt a lot about fishing and the environment, so I thought, how can I share this? And obviously TV shows is one way to share it. I'm in. So don't put any pressure on the rod, lift on the leader.
Everywhere I go, I could see the sea, I could see the ocean, so I feel like more connected to the water. And I've seen so many people enjoying fishing. I could see like ice, baits. The fishing culture is super embedded to the community here.
But I like the idea of like hunting technique, you know, and like also having to hold the breath and then just playing the whole game with like hiding and accuracy and dealing with sharks and like being in the food chain, you know. It was important for me, and there was just something about it that it just seemed more appealing.
With a wide range of fishing gears now available, there are more options to fish sustainably.
From techniques to products, everything is easy gains for anyone, especially who wants to start fishing.
I'm a species hunter, so I like catching all the different sorts of species, whether it's snapper, kahawai, kingfish, tuna, marlin, I love them all. But what I like is trying to work out ways to catch the different species, working out the technique, working out what system catches the fish.
Oh, the jog steward.
Biggest fish of the day.
Oh, it's a jog steward. Or also known as a sea perch.
Yeah.
I'm considering the time of the year and the place where I fish. If I fish here at the wharf in CBD and during winter, I don't think it's realistic to use bigger hooks, circle hooks, 7 barrel, 8 barrel, or even higher, because you will catch nothing basically, and just that's unpleasant. I think experience just to fish with nothing, with no bite.
And there's like big swathes of ocean where we can't go, so that's safe from us, you know. We're very much orientated to, or very stuck to reef and like drop-offs and ledges and places that are accessible. So far I believe that free dive spearfishing is the most sustainable method. Not to say that there isn't others that I haven't been shown around the world, but when I look at like barotrauma with fish caught past 14 meters and survival rates for catch and release, and you choose what you want to take, you know. The fact that anything that is past your limit of breath hold, this is why I say breath hold and not scuba, anything past your physical limit is like free. It can breed and it can do whatever.
But if I had to boil it down, I obviously say I'm a real soft bait enthusiast. And soft baiting is a really sustainable form of fishing because firstly, you're normally fishing in the shallower water, so you don't have to put up with the effects of barotrauma from fish. And also, when you're soft baiting, 99% of the fish are hooked in the mouth, so they're really easy to release. So from that point of view, it's very, very sustainable.
I still preserve some aspects of the sustainable fishing. One of them is how to catch the fish, and in terms of how to catch the fish, especially in winter, early spring, I use a very small hook, but I don't use a J hook. I use a circle hook to minimize a gut hook, to minimize hurting the fish. Because if I'm using this small circle hook, it will hook the fish in the corner of the mouth.
The other way that makes fishing very sustainable is by using circle hooks, and you can take that to another level even. You can press the barbs down on your circle hooks, which makes it even easier to release your fish. So looking after your catch, if you intend to release it, by using lures, circle hooks, and not fishing in deep water and winding them in fast, are ways that you can protect your catch.
Knowing which method and gear to use to fish is definitely a great way to start on the path, but what other steps can be taken to increase sustainability?
More people put the words in social medias, in YouTube, TikTok, and I think it becomes more sustainable now. More people realize that, oh, that's not good. We can do more to be more sustainable. Especially discarding the fish. I've seen some of the head with the frame being thrown up, so that's not good. But now it's better.
And I find that if I take a bigger fish, or if I take two big fish, generally from there on, like the bloodlust is gone. I don't have any more interest in taking fish because I know how much meat I'm getting. So if I can take two big fish, I see the fisheries healthy, I see lots of small snapper, I see lots of big snapper on the same places, then I'm happy to keep taking them like that. And I've always said to myself, if I start to notice a decline in the fishery or like major changes, then my practices will change.
The most common problem within recreational fishing is probably a lack of understanding of fishing and the fishery. So people coming into the sport, they don't really understand how everything works. Some people, when they're new, they think, oh, you know, I'm just going to go and catch as many big fish as I can, or I'm going to catch my limit every time I go out, to make them feel like they're good fishermen. But a truly good fisherman knows, well, I can go out on those hard days and catch a couple of fish for a feed, and I'll catch the size that I want, and I won't waste any of the resource. So the most common probably is misinformation or lack of education. So the more we educate recreational anglers, the better equipped they are to go out on the fishery, make use of a resource which is there to be used, but not abuse it.
There are multiple steps to being sustainable, and there are many ways to get there.
Now, very often I would see leftover fish being dumped around the wharf, and a lot of people will argue or debate that this is the most natural thing to do. And in a way it is true, because quite often creatures such as crabs, snails would often feed on those, and then their numbers would grow, providing more food for the fish. But there's another way to utilize the whole fish. A few months ago, I was very lucky enough to be involved with an amazing group who've taken sustainability to a whole new level, and that is Kaika Project. What does fish mean to you personally?
Personally, actually this fish. Nutrition means giving. Means a lot because our ancestors, you know, they grew up on respecting the fish, and how they respected the fish was eat everything. Nothing goes to waste on these. Rangatira kai, which is chiefly food. Hey, food's for the chiefs. So it definitely means a lot.
It is great that Kaika has taken the meaning of sustainability to a whole new level. But all this depends whether the fish's environment can be protected properly. A few years ago, I was involved in a beach cleanup, and the experience became a huge eye-opener, particularly to how neglectful people can be to the environment. These actions, combined with other lack of consideration, is what can tip the balance of the ecosystem. By learning to take accountability and minimizing your footprints no matter where you go, we can prevent the spread of diseases, contamination, and help improve the health of the ecosystem. It is clear evidence that when you see impressive animals like these, the environment is stable enough to support them. But we still have a long way before we can proudly call our fishing culture truly sustainable. But it's great to know that there are people out there taking accountabilities to ensure a positive difference to our fishing culture.
I think it's great that people are becoming more and more environmentally friendly because, we've only got one planet and we're starting to build more rubbish, and we need to be smart about how we do this.
We all learn how to fish. We will improve our fishing technique, style. It will take time. So the only thing that we can do is just enjoying the day.
Do it ethically, kill fish fast, kill and gut fish fast, learn how to keep fish like super good quality, make it about the meat, I think, at the end of the day.
It is up to us as individuals to make more refined choices that will define sustainability in recreational fishing in New Zealand. By changing our ways, we can work together to make positive changes and in turn secure a fishing culture that is healthy for everyone, fish included.